was on, folks. Here we are. We've just arrived. So a friend of ours has just been down to have a bit of a nose, I mean that in a nice way. A bit. It's local pilots. I had a bit of a geek at what we're doing, and
said we're mad.
I said we're mad, and he's gone. We've had our lunch.
I
And
think his comment was, "It's a lot of work."
Yeah, and we've been having a bit of a discussion because you might remember from previous videos we've talked about taking the gas cooker out, replacing it with electric, and then we decided no, we're going to keep the gas cooker as is. But one of the sticking points of that is if we show the viewers
Well, the gas locker is here. Gas locker is here.
But it's not a proper gas locker.
Which is part of the step to get in and out of the boat, which isn't in itself an issue. But if you can imagine a tiller on here, the which way stick on here, you're going to have to sit there and do it.
So every time somebody needs to turn the gas on and off.
The tiller stays in that state there, sort of level with that, in there.
Yeah.
So sort of in there like that. Every time you want to turn the gas on and off, you've got to lift this up to get to the gas. And also the helmsman is sitting either here or here, so either the helmsman's got to do it while steering, or you've got to try and get past the helmsman on the other side. You know, if obviously you're on one tack or another tack, come down the low side to get under here. But then the helmsman's got to lift up the tiller for you to be able to get in there to turn the gas on and off. So that's the first problem that is not a nice scenario. Second problem at the moment is the fact that this valve here takes the steering from tiller steering to wheel steering when you go one way or another. One way or another, gonna get your steering right. Anyway, so I'm thinking about moving this anyway to up here, something like so you haven't got to lift this up to
every time to do that
to change that. So I'm thinking about moving that. You've got all this going on here. You've got a solenoid to turn the gas on and off, which is a good idea. You've also got a water level to show you've got it. So say if you've got a gas leak, then you've got a spare bottle and the bottle that's in use. So there's a lot going on in here already, the only vents you've got to vent this are the scupper vents. So if there's any water in them for any reason, the gas won't get out because it won't pressure past the water. So that's another concern of mine. So say one of those gets blocked, or even both of them gets blocked for any reason, the gas, if it did leak, can't get anywhere. So that's another issue. Along with that, if any gas did leak out, it's going to fill up this bit here.
Yeah.
And potentially go somewhere. And I don't know if you can see this at all, but there's a teak grate that goes in here that finishes
the duckboard
at that height there.
Yeah.
And there's already hardly any room for the water to get out down through those scuppers. So my plan is to actually cut some shoulders into here to allow water to actually drain out properly, because at the moment I don't think there's enough water flow going out through here.
If you've got a following sea, it can really fill up the floor here, can't it?
Poop, so to speak. It could fill this up, and then you know, all right, if you've got maybe 10-15 minutes for the next poop, then then you might be okay.
Yeah.
But
you mock me for using a knife as a screwdriver.
You'll damage the knife, won't you?
All right. So, but the other thing is, a gas locker these days is supposed to be self-contained and sealed and everything else with a vent, whereas that's not sealed. It can vent out from all sides into areas you don't want it to.
Yeah, you've got stuff like this and this, which goes into different lockers and compartments and all the rest of it.
Well, those are the drains from the seats, and that one keeps blocking up anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the drain from the seat goes into the aft cabin.
Yeah.
So
it comes out there, doesn't it?
Let's just say for whatever reason, I don't know, the pipe splits or something like that, you've then got gas going into your aft cabin.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying there's
Worst
a potential.
case scenarios. Yeah.
There's a potential for it.
Yeah.
You know, pipe perishes, Jubilee clip comes off. Some idiot cuts it with a hacksaw. I don't know.
So, yeah.
I think for me, the two biggest things for me about it being here is the lift up for the tiller when you want to turn the gas on and off, or change the bottles or anything, and the water exit, basically,
Yeah.
are
Okay.
two things I'm not happy about.
So, just before I put the camera on, Gary had one of those moments that went, ah! And I thought, oh, here we go. This is something. He's thought of something. So I figured we ought to get this on camera. You've heard it at the same time as I have, so sit tight, everyone. What is it?
So we've got this extra bedroom here.
Your room.
Where we are going to put the heater, I think
Yes.
at the moment that's not cast in stone, but because you could
can't
put the
see where
heater,
else
you could
it
put the
goes.
heater down there.
All right. Okay.
You could put the heater in the engine bay.
All right. Okay.
But anyway, so which would make more sense, because if the heater was in the engine bay, it's got to go less far
Right.
to heat everything.
Yeah. Okay. I see that. Yeah.
But anyway, that's another
Difference between
conversation.
having a boiler out in the garage and in the kitchen, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So where are we thinking here?
Having said that, this negates my argument for turning the gas on and off, because it means you've got to move this seat to turn the gas on and off,
Yes.
which is what we have in Gavroche. No, we didn't, because we
No,
didn't put gas
we
in.
didn't put
But
gas
we would
in.
have had that in Gavroche if I decided to put the gas in.
Or if you decided to keep the gas, because it still had gas pipes, but that were nailed through the hull.
But you could buy a gas locker,
Yeah.
and we could laminate it into there,
Yeah.
and there's enough height and all the rest of it to be able to put the gas escape out through a fitting in the hull there.
Okay. So down there.
So that is a possibility. Possibly.
But you've still got to have all the valves and everything in there, haven't you? The regulator and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
And yeah. Okay.
Or
So the
we go
alternative.
electric, which is going to cost us probably £400, £120 in an induction top, and
For the two burners.
For two.
Yeah.
2-burner induction top. They're £62 each. There's two in stock at the moment. They haven't been in stock for nearly a year. There's two in stock at the moment,
He's keen, folks.
which is wipe down cleanable. You've got an extra surface if you need one, without having to put some on top on it. And you've got a microwave oven. And then we haven't got any gas, but we could carry one of those gas cooktops like Alex had.
Oh yeah, the little baby camping ones. Yeah.
You could carry that
Yeah.
for emergency baked beans or
Emergencies.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then that could sit on top of the induction top.
And I quite fancy one of the barbecues that sit on the rail.
And we've got a barbecue sit on the rail, which you can either have as gas or as
Coke.
coal. Which I quite like the idea of that anyway.
Yeah, I do.
So that's the discussion and the quandary.
Yeah.
You got any comments? Please let us know, because this is a real
If
quandary.
in particular, if you've got any experience of induction hobs on a boat, microwaves on a boat, running your cooking by electric on a boat.
So we've done about the pros and cons, not really pros and cons, we've done about what our concerns are about the gas. But with the induction, my only concern with the induction is not necessarily battery capacity, but recharge capacity of the batteries.
Yeah.
That's my only concern with that, really.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yep. So, we are interested in your thoughts on that. Some of you might have experience of one over the other, and more than happy to learn what that was all about, how it went.
Yeah. I must admit, I was really keen on induction to start with.
Mm.
I wouldn't say you taught me out of induction, but
No, we sort of flip flopped. Part of the thing is we've got a perfectly working cooker there. You think, we're going to take it out and replace it, but
sell that.
yeah, we
Somebody
could,
would buy that. It's a good cooker. Somebody
we
would buy
could sell
that.
it. And on the face of it, it seemed like for a while that the gas would be an easier option than the electric, and now maybe the electric's an easier option than gas. What do you think?
In some ways, the electric is an easier option than gas, because running a gas pipe from there, a new one, all the way to there, plus I would have to fit it to the latest gas regulations,
Yes.
which means you've also got to have a gas stop tap there.
Yeah.
Also, you've got to put a gas alarm in with a carbon monoxide alarm in. We have got one of those at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, they were £400,
Yeah.
so I could sell that as well.
But yeah, so
I must admit,
we're kind of on the fence slightly, but I think you're definitely erring towards electric.
I'm going back that way, so to speak.
Okay, right. So before we move on, what are we here for today?
Mental health,
It's too late.
more punishment.
More like it.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to be on grinder.com again.
Yeah. Didn't know you knew about that. So, I don't think we filmed this, but you can see our CAD design here. So that side there, the windows are that size, and we're thinking about making the windows that size. And then you think to yourself, why are those mad Parksers doing that? And I'll show you why the mad Parksers are doing that. Never saw an ice cream going that fast. So on here, this side, I don't know if I said this before. If I have, just tell me to shut up. Hello, we've got a Chad. You can see the distance between there and there is only about 20 to 25 millimeters. And the distance between there and there is about 35 millimeters. When you imagine the frame is going to there, and the frame goes and actually touches this this TARDIS, as we've called it now, it doesn't really fit, does it? And also, this TARDIS, if you can see, is not fixed in any way, shape or form to this side. So this all moves, and this all moves here, which is what it was like originally. So if we do this and put fiberglass up to here, the window is slightly smaller, but we can actually tab this to this, which strengthens this up. And also in there, if you take that, I think we filmed this the other day.
We did. Yeah, you did this bit.
Pass me that bit of stick.
In fact, I think you used the very same stick.
Did I use this stick?
I did. You used a stick.
It's a very nice stick.
Yeah, we have done this.
Have we? Okay,
Yeah.
so that goes into there like that, you see. So if we come down to here, we can have a nice,
It means the headlining is
Headlining in
straight
there.
without any kinks,
yeah, I like that.
and everything's tabbed in more securely.
Yeah, I like that. How straight is
TARDISes
this?
don't squeak.
Particularly straight.
What are you doing?
I was just seeing how straight it was, just to frighten the hell out of me. Oh my god. How are we going to get a door frame in there?
Do you know a carpenter?
That one's pretty straight.
In fairness, it's probably flexible enough to pull in.
No, it's a hard point here.
Uh,
God. It's in the mouldings from the factory, unfortunately.
That's fiberglass for you.
God, a mess.
Right, anyway, we're digressing now.
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
Which you said we weren't to do
No.
on film.
Because we keep bouncing from one subject to another, which makes editing an absolute pain.
Fridge.
Right, so we'll come back to you and let you know what we're doing in a bit. Right, we're just packing up for the day now. You can probably hear it's absolutely pouring down with rain right now. It's a bit of a shame because we've had a lovely week of weather, haven't we? So now that we're down here, it's all changed. And what have we done so far? Well, I've just taken that horrible cork off there. I'm halfway through taking it off there. Well, a third of the way taking it off there. Gary's ground out these sections. Ran out of battery to finish off that one, unfortunately. So we got through quite a Gary got through quite a lot of batteries already, so we're going to have to put a load on charge tonight, and it's just ground out that bit there for filling in as well. And we've taken that hatch cover off, this one here, because we're not going to use that. It's such a tiny little cuddy hole in there, I don't know if you can see, but it is, that's it, that's as big as it gets, and it's really quite pointless, so we're just going to fill that over. It's no good to anybody. And for now, Gary and I are looking ghostly white.
Ghostly white.
Ghostly white, yeah. Ooh, we're going to say, cheers and go.
See you tomorrow.
Alright. So, day 2 of the bank holiday weekend.
Look at that.
What are we doing today, Gary? Fiberglassing. So, I won't record it all, but this is, we couldn't really record easily what Gary did to template up the side windows, so yes we can, although I could better if I wasn't holding one end. Basically what he's doing is recycling a piece of acetate. Am I supposed to read that? It was like, bleh.
That's what it says.
Okay, right, okay, good.
One. No, wow, I to make it because I mean it's like 2mm thicker there than everywhere else. The end of this. It's got all dotted because of the pattern on the bottom.
Wish me luck. I'll work it out.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. They're very close together, those ones.
They are.
Yeah.
Closer than that.
Uh-huh. Right.
So that's one. There's about 7, I think, there, isn't there? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is 8.
Basically, what had happened here was Gary was drawing out pieces for me to cut out, pieces that would start bigger and get smaller and smaller and smaller, and that would eventually form the patch over those two areas. Neither of us actually noticed that he made a complete rat's tail of what he was drawing, because there's no way it worked, because the final piece in each of those sections turned out to be a little tiny sliver. But because we were both so absolutely exhausted at this stage, we didn't actually notice, and I started cutting out the fiberglass, and before the penny dropped and I'm down to the final piece, I'm thinking, this isn't right, this doesn't look right, what on earth are we doing? So at that point we decided to call it a day, because we clearly were not functioning very well, and we were only going to go and make even more mistakes and start to get really frustrated with ourselves. So we made the executive decision to pack up and go home. So terribly sorry about that, but next time we are back on the boat, we will get this done properly and we will film it as it should be done. So thank you again for watching. Bit of a shorter one this week, so hope you enjoyed it and hope you've learnt from our mistakes. Please like and subscribe, please share with your friends. We have this massive project ahead of us and we are just doggedly working away at it. But with us working day jobs, it's very difficult. So we very much appreciate your thoughts. Also appreciate your comments and any supporting comments you'd like to make, or any criticisms, we can take it. So until next time, cheers and gone.